So, Adam, give us a little bit of background. What's the history of Power Platform? How did we get here? Why is it so confusing?
Yeah, it's a good question. So the way that I look at it, as usual, is somewhat bigger picture historically, right? So, yeah.
Surprising for you, Adam.
Yeah, I'll drop a kind of one of the classics here, right? So that it's that when we're talking about Power Platform, it's another part of the evolution of software, right? And how it's made. So I like to think of software as like the digital manifestation of business processes or organizational processes, right? It's a way that we can take what was manual, human thought of, human operated, human managed on paper, and bring it into something that can automate, but also can create like this whole software world that we're used to now, where we have interfaces that guide us through what we're supposed to do, right? So, but the problem is that most organizations have a software ecosystem centered around several major, like what I'd call boilerplate pieces of software, right? That have pretty fixed functionality. And that's where those are often limited in how much you can customize those, right? So they leave gaps between what they do and what your organization needs, right? So there's kind of like three main categories of software out there that your business might use. One would be custom applications that you have written for your needs. The second would be boilerplate pieces of software that you really buy off the shelf and they do what they do, right? And then the third one would be what certain platforms, software platforms, are in the larger enterprise space where it's very customizable, right? So SAP, Infor, Dynamics, they're almost like a sandbox for an ERP system or a business piece of software. And you have to work with experts to build some sort of application within that. And most organizations, at least in the SMB space, certainly don't have the luxury of either of the outer two options, right? Totally custom, complete software suites, or working with these massive software systems that require, multi-million-dollar implementations in order to get good results out of them. So you have these fairly fixed pieces of software, but yet you have lots of business processes and things that you need to do that don't fit into those pieces of software. And historically, a lot of times this has been solved with like Excel documents, right? Some of you may have experience with Access databases or have developed things on top of those, or experience with using some sort of custom software that was built on Access. And I would argue that a lot of Excel documents out there are almost like little programs. Companies have built entire functionalities on top of Excel. Like, that Excel doc that's been around for like 8 years or 7 years, and it's got like all of these sheets and formulas and macros, and nobody quite knows how it works anymore. So this is like the evolution of that, right? It's like citizen development. That was a powerful platform because once you learn just enough about it, you could start doing things. And the more you learn about it, the more powerful the solutions you can develop are. And that's exactly what Power Platform is, right? There's a suite of different products within it that Microsoft brands as the Power Platform, and they all have power in their name. And they're built on top of kind of a common set of services or ways that they can access things and they can interact with each other and the rest of the Microsoft 365 platform and the software packages that you already have in most cases. So that's really the goal behind Power Platform. Is it's like a cloud-based citizen development or custom business process automation that augments your existing software ecosystem, helps to fill those gaps, enable new functionality for you to digitize like new business processes that you couldn't before. So we'll give you some examples about that and some kind of practical details around like what each one of those components are.